I would like to thank this patch of grass for allowing me to get through Ballad of the Bloodline and to the top, and apologize for yelling at it last time. It was funny, though. So, yeah, turns out the next Silver Star battle was just right here. I could have stood to let the previous video go for, like, you know, another couple of minutes, but it was funnier to just do what I did. Let's get, you know, 15 different pre-battle messages here. Gotta draw it out as long as possible. Poison will be good against you. I don't know if it will... Sorry, I'm realizing the order of the moves is stupid. Don't know if it's actually the best option here, but whatever, I'm gonna do it anyway. When else am I gonna use that move? And... let's just do something like that. So, with, you know, the last 63 videos in this series, I always start out by complaining that I have nothing to talk about. And this one, I almost feel like I have too much to talk about. None of it is relevant. You know, nothing to actually do with this game, or Pokemon in general, or Mario in general. There was the, Mega Zeraora. Is that even how you pronounce it? Like, there was that reveal. I can't say I care all that much. I hope that means that they're, like, putting it in the game, since they have been making most mythicals available ever since Oris. They didn't really do any for Gen 7 other than Magearna, but, they've been slowly putting them in games, and, it would be really stupid to just have a Mega for this thing, and advertising it in the pre-release, and you just can't get it. It's like, oh, okay, we'll hope you know, got one from the Ultra Sun and Moon event, or did the fucking Sword and Shield, like, raid thing to get the shiny one from that, which I didn't. Because I didn't like those games, and I don't like raiding anyway. But yeah, no. Aside from that, I can bitch about Beanie stuff, and I can bitch about school stuff. Surprisingly, I don't think I have anything to bitch about with, work stuff at the moment. I could probably find something if I thought about it. The other annoying thing is, right before starting the video, I actually, read something that, was not exactly good news. It's not anything that directly affects me, but it was still depressing. So now I'm having to, like, not worry about that. What's with the shape of this grass patch? I guess it's supposed to be like Saturn. Not every planet with rings is Saturn. Says, you know, stupidly voiced astronomy fan. Like the weird little floaty effect. So do we actually have any other trainers in this section? I guess I should probably switch the team out a little bit. I will do the bare minimum. I've used you a decent amount lately. You're always an easy thing to slot in, because you just kind of do whatever. Yeah, I'll just switch those two, it's fine. Was I always able to quickly move stuff with R in the menu, or no, that's select? Yeah, I don't know, whatever. I don't remember if that was a thing I was able to do. So, I will, I guess I'll start with the school bullshit. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this at some point. I'm gonna feel... Oh. Did I not get into the Silver Star? Is this a wild battle? It is. I think I just... What? What triggered... Okay, this is just... This does count as tall grass. That was weird. I thought that, for a second, I'm like, was the battle I did before not the one for the second star? Am I fighting this guy now? No? Okay, whatever. But, yeah, I've probably complained about this before, but, in class we're at a point now where, there's not really anything to do. The entire class is just machine these 4 parts. We have now finished 3 of them. We can't do the 4th one until everybody else gets the 3 done, because there's not actually enough time left in the class before the semester ends for everybody to even be able to do the 4th part. So it's just like whoever gets a chance to do it can. And he's making us come in anyway. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. Snow, huh? Remember when this thing was a 1% encounter in the sewer? You know, I like stuff like that. It gives you a chance to use stuff early. Makes me wish I had picked that thing up. But, the only thing in here? There's no way, right? Baby penguin! Am I gonna have to use a penguin? I feel like I'm almost contractually obligated to. You know, it's not a hoodoo, but it is my, you know, favorite animal prior to me learning that hoodoos existed. This is not a very impressive moveset, though. So, wondering if pure ice or ice water, maybe. Guess let me just keep doing this. Oh, right, that would be a thing to be concerned with. It was brought to my attention in comments that, Lubba apparently just had the exact same stats as Blissey. I'm told that apparently there's a lot of, captures in this game that just copy the exact stats of Pokemon. I didn't realize that was the case. Pure Ice. Just a silly little guy. Why does this feel like a lovely fellow Dex description? I think it's the one for Romeo. It's just like a little guy. What do you expect? It's not gonna, you know, dance for your entertainment. Some shit like that. It's not exactly right, but whatever. Baby Peng. Alright, so you evolve... Oh. Okay. I didn't see if I caught a female one, I wasn't looking. Looking at these stats isn't gonna really mean much. I suppose I'd have to look at the evolution. I am curious, because I like ice types, I like penguins. You know, as I've said a million times, I definitely don't need to be adding more shit to the repertoire, but at this point, fuck it, who cares? Alright, I guess I need to find a female one, and then I can just toss a candy at it, evolve it right away, and then we'll see if it's any good. It's just gonna be the mama penguin. But will it be the, like, extremely horizontally stretched one that you race after you get all 120 stars? Anyway. That's you know, excellent face. Every time I see that thing, I forget how fucking ugly it is. So, this might take a while, I suppose. Oh. What in the actual shit is that face? Why are you so smug? Okay, well, this saves the having to throw a candy at it aspect. Honestly, not the worst moveset I've seen. I could... Oh, never mind, it didn't matter. Alright, you can put it to sleep. I'm trying to think, what's a good... Ice only resists itself, so it's like the best I can do to, you know, hit it weakly is just with neutral moves. I guess you're decent enough at doing that. Alright, you gonna be a pain in the ass? Nope. I mean, yeah, I asked the same thing. Is that supposed to be the face when you steal the baby? Like, and you're, dump it off the cliff and it chases after you with this? Because this looks more... This looks less angry and more just like... I don't even know what you'd call that. Like, mugging the camera. Alright. What do we got going on here? Beefy. Its attack stats are fine. Slush Rush is, like, fine. That's, I would say, probably more useful. Speed is good for what it is, but evasion is cheap as hell, so sure. What we got for moves? Someone always crits. Like, I guess, taking a turn to set up the snow, and then, perfect accuracy blizzard, pretty good combination. It's 2 turns, but, like, eh. Not sure why it gets superpower? That's kind of weird. Not sure why it gets explosion. Okay. The fuck? This also reminds me, I, had left some comments about potentially using the Hammer Bro, and nobody really responded to that, so I guess I'm still not going to. Nobody seemed, like, particularly enthused about it, so... do I want to throw this penguin on the team? Like, with this face, I'm more tempted not to. It is kind of funny, though. Eh. I'm indifferent. If I could think of a nickname immediately, I would go for it. I can't go with Frankor because that was, he was male. There was... I don't know how, like, when I've mentioned the Frankor story, like, I've definitely brought it up at some point, but, I've got, like, 50 billion videos, so I don't expect everybody to remember everything. But short version is, when I was in elementary school, we had to write stories once per year for this thing called the Young Author Competition, and I just wrote several stories about a penguin named Frankor that it started out pretty decent, and then they just got worse as time went on. I think there was one where he had like his sister was born or something. I think he had a brother and a sister. I don't remember. And I think her name was, like, Rosie. I don't know. It was, I was, like, 8. I remember a lot of shit from when I was a kid. I don't remember that. Because I didn't put any effort into the stories after, like, the first one. Sorry, what was this? I am going to assume I have probably found all of the things worth finding in the grass. Yeah, you're finding in the front. Oh, we got slidey shit. We got slidey shit. Everybody's favorite. Yeah, I'm sure that was hard to find. I mean, that was trivial. Let's see, what here, what, the Matrix slow motion. Charmingly befuddled. So basically what I'm seeing here is, the presence of the slidey shit is irrelevant, because you can just kind of do as you please and harm others. So, yeah, whatever, here. What if one of the trials is... It's weird how it just goes straight into a battle like this. Yeah, you're real cool. So what raised? I saw special defense and evasion. I didn't see what was before that. Let's just, you know, maybe try to paralyze it and then switch out, I don't know. Nope. Bad idea. Did I bring the sun? I did not bring the sun. I don't have anything great against ice types here. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I do also like how in traditional Pokemon fashion, the ice area is close to the end of the game. Because of course it is. God forbid you get access to them early on. Alright. I am going to switch up the team, and it's slow and tedious, so I'm just gonna cut. Okay, it may have been 15 years, off-screen, but, you know, we're finally caught up. So, moving on, let's see what else this area has. Super grounded team. They're all gonna be levitating, calling it now. Or not. So, guess who I added to the team? So, to explain my train of logic here, I was trying to think of any penguin media I've consumed, you know, mostly when I was a little kid. There was Scamper the Penguin, which was like an animated movie. There was Tacky the Penguin, which was this weird book. There was the Franker stuff. I've never seen Happy Feet or like any of the newer penguin stuff like that. I say newer, that movie's probably like 15, 20 years old at this point, but you know what I mean. Actually, yeah, Jesus. It probably has been 20 years. But, I didn't come up with much that I really cared for. And instead I just thought, you know, what's something else that could work? And, there's a species of penguin called the Adeline penguin, and I just kind of made a name out of that, so Adeline. And pretty decent moveset, honestly. I only have one water type on my team, so having something with Surf is nice. In this area, we've got permanent snow, so I can just kind of spam Blizzard to my heart's content, and I'll keep the Snowscape on it, just to, you know, be able to set that and bench. So I keep forgetting what snow does, because it's not the same as hail, and I had to double check, and yeah, it is just, it's a 1.5 times modifier to your defense, if you're an ice type, and that's literally it, other than activating things that activate in the snow. It's always weird to me when there's effects in Pokemon that are like that, where it's just like, what does this do? Well, it, you know, turns on the things that work when this thing is active. And that's it. Because I'm used to Rain and Sun having the, like, you know, they boost fire and lower water, or vice versa. Sandstorm does chip damage, Hail does chip damage, but, they keep not knowing what to do with Hail and the freeze status, and they just kind of keep changing it around. This thing is just pure rock, right? So Surf is the better option here. Oh no, what am I going to do about that? It also occurs to me I could have thrown a rare candy at this thing, because the rest of my team is at 45, I just kind of didn't think about it. So, is Thwomp rock ground? Because he keeps talking about ground. No. So, I'm assuming he's counting just, you know, the earthy types as being grounded. I would say the things under the fighting type heading in the card game, but, you know, fighting kind of doesn't count. Like I said, I'm assuming there's nothing else available in the grass here, it's kind of just the same stuff. I'm definitely gonna have to do a sweep of the Pokedex and checking, like, what things I've not caught at the end of the chapter, see if there's anything else in this area. So we got attack up, special attack up. Okay. It is already snowing, right? So I've got the defense boost. I guess let's just go Surf, because it's my stronger option. If this thing just has the moveset of a wild one, then yeah, play rough. It does have the attack up, but I've got the defense up, so... Well, thankfully that's a stat I don't care about. However, the Surf doing like 3 damage is a little disappointing, so I guess let's mix things up here. So yeah, I don't understand this thing's face. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but... Fuck it. My game, my rules. Why is this... Have I not been putting things in the correct order this whole playthrough? I usually like to have my moves in, like, a descending from, like, strongest to weakest, taking a stab into consideration type of order. I don't know. Yeah, I like penguins. I like ice types. I've been... You know, there's been multiple times in the playthrough where I've been close to adding an ice type and then just didn't. So, fuck it, we're doing it. Going on a magical journey. What would it be like if Champ... So I know Regulus is a star in... It's the same constellation as Sirius, right? That's why they're brothers in Harry Potter. I think Sirius is like a binary star system, and they're a part of, is it Canis Major? I don't know a ton of astronomy stuff. But I know that, you know, Sirius is a dog, and the constellation is a dog, and it all kind of connects. There was the other one earlier that was just like Australius or whatever, and I'm guessing that's part of like the Southern Cross. Don't know. I used to be big into space, around the same time that I was big into penguins. We have not seen Taco Edge Yoshi yet. This could be a problem, but well, we'll see how it goes. I'm guessing this is about to be a problem. Yeah. I can switch out. Here, let's see Flame vomiting Yoshi from the back. I'm not sure why I ended up not going with any of the Yoshis for my team. There's plenty of options. I definitely don't like the back sprite on this thing. Its face is a little shitty. Like, I don't know how else to put that. Have we now seen all 3 of the, like, shell colors? Because I think I've seen the yellow and blue ones before. And there is another evolution of Yoshi that I think was just, like, level 50 that we haven't seen yet. I don't remember if I like, made any guesses to what that was. Because, you know, there's the fat-ass baby Yoshi. But I don't think the evolution line would go from baby Yoshi to regular one to fat-ass baby one. I'm trying to remember if there's any other power-ups that Yoshi has gotten throughout the series that would make sense without being, like, one of the 3 shell power-ups from Mario World. There's probably something very obvious that I can't think of. Clearly, it's just Yoshi with Baby Mario. What if it's the fucking helicopter? That would be the tits. I don't know. If it had to be something weird, I actually had something in mind. What the hell was it? It should just be Boshi. Boshi is also the tits. Is that just a modified camper sprite? That looked familiar. More slidey shit. Except this time it looks like they're... No, I was gonna say it looks like there might actually be like a puzzle here, but not so much. Alright, let us... heal you back up again. I'm not sure why these are so trivial. Like, I feel like slidey puzzles like this have the potential to be really shitty. Also, hold on. It's another stupid Amogus. Immediately ends video. This isn't where we came in, right? Alright, let's do this one. Am I still missing one more after this? I don't actually remember. I think I am. Oh, is it now? I mean, I did make the joke earlier, like, you know, is there going to be one that isn't a battle? I hope this one is just a round of Mean Bean Machine. I mean, with save states, I kind of am. Huh, okay. That's just a boss from the first Paper Mario, right? You're gonna get an Omni Boost. Defense, speed, special defense, accuracy. Okay, so not the attacking stats, but pretty much everything else. Well, I mean, you're obviously ice. I don't know if you have a secondary type. If you do, it's probably like psychic or fucking dark, because everything in this game is dark. Sure, I'll throw a surf your way. That's not a move I cared to see. Oh my god. Okay, for a second I'm like, I don't think this thing would be part rock, but maybe, and then it wasn't super effective with water, so yeah, no, it's not. It's probably just pure ice. I could throw the sun at it again, I could throw a fucking bullet at it, let's just do that. Now, I do need to try to remember to actually catch this thing. For a second I'm like, is it Ghost? But, you know, it's a magician, it can use shit like that. I'm not gonna outspeed this thing, am I? So, let's at least get one hit in and do, you know, 3 damage. Yep, there's the 3 damage. I mean, sure. What move did it use that did so much fucking damage to me? Hex? It's not even super effective, it just... I don't know. So, I'm almost certainly gonna die this turn anyway, but let's try. Oh, or it could be stupid and use a move that I resist, okay. Still almost killed me, though. God damn, this thing's bulky. And with recover, that's not a good combination. Is it gonna try to recover this turn, or is it just gonna kill me? Yeah, there's that, okay. Let's at least keep doing this until I die. Maybe I'll get a crit. Slowly healing with my leftovers in the process. Shell Bell. Okay, there. Now, don't crit this turn. That would make me sad. Alright. Fucking... Okay, let's keep going. And dead to that. Do I have anything with a status move? Yes, you have Thunder Wave. If you can get it in without dying to Aurora Beam. You probably can't, but, you know, let's hope for the best. Okay. And heal it off? No? Alright, here we go. We got one chance to catch this fucker. If I'm gonna, you know, not save state scum, so... Pfft. You know what? Why the fuck not? I'm gonna save scum anyway. Let's get this thing in a sombrero, just because it's funny. Now, unlike Binji-kun, I'm not gonna, you know, use this thing just because it was caught in a funny hat. Although, you know, Mexican Ice King here is somewhat tempting, but nah, I just picked up a different ice hat. Oh, it is Ghost. Okay. Well, Ice Ghost is a cool combination. 94, let's take a look at the stats. Now that I know that, sometimes they just copy the stats of other stuff, I'm gonna, you know, gonna constantly be suspicious of that, and it's like, is this thing just gonna be Frostlass? Because that would be kind of stupid if so, but... yeah, you know, high special attack, everything else kind of, average. Refrigerate is sort of interesting. Does it have any good normal moves that can boost with that? Tri-attack's pretty good, I guess. Though, the 8 abilities also add a multiplier, right? It's like, instead of just becoming an 80 power ice move, I think it like gets boosted 1.5 times or something, so this is actually like very strong. Because I was gonna say, like, you know, compared to just using Ice Beam, the only advantage here is just Tri-attack can do other status effects, but if it gets the attack buff, then that is good. Dazzling Gleam's cool. You know, Natural Calm Mind and Recover are nice. Power Gem is cool. This thing actually has a really cool moveset. I'm slightly regretting getting Adeline, but I'm not the biggest fan of the design here. I feel the same thing I do about this thing as I did the like, bubble boss from Odyssey. I feel a little weird just kind of using some unique boss character like that. I guess I sort of am doing that with PD Piranha, but, like, it was my starter, it can't be helped. So yeah, you're neat, but unfortunately, not really gonna fit in my current, Brownie. Just gonna go with Brownie. Okay, so do I have all the silver stars? I feel like I'm missing one, but I haven't really been keeping track. I guess the Luma up here will say. Okay. So, is that the whole zone? Do we just, you know, go ahead and fight Rosalina and then that's it? There was a really low level cap for this area, I think. Which I guess makes sense. Let me save state and see if she will fight me. Well, yeah, because I dicked around a lot. Alrighty, let's just go ahead and get it started then. I'm guessing psychic types. Let me, yeah, I'll arrange the team off camera so you don't have to fucking deal with this for half an hour. I'll probably keep Adeline on it just because it's new acquisition, but yeah. Alright, I guess let's give this a go. I have selected on this group. I'm going into this basically just expecting psychic types. If it's not that, or if it's a mix of a few different things, I might be in for a bad time. But I also didn't, like, you know, the inclusion of Fish Face here is not for any specific reason, it's just because it's my starter and I don't use it nearly as often as I feel like I should. And then, of course, Adeline's here just because I picked it up. So I could have made it even more, like, specifically built for this, but we'll see how it goes. I'm also specifically not using the level cap candies here. I want to see if I can get through the fight without them, and without save state abuse. I may be in for a bad time. Team of 5, probably? Yeah. Not even the evolved form. Okay, well, we know that this thing is basically chancy, so it needs to be hit physically, which is not the best option for what I have sent out at the moment. I could just go for Phantom Force. Try to... Yeah, you know what, you're dark. You can maybe blank a psychic attack and then get some stuff rolling. I don't know, let's say. Alright. I don't know why I'm suddenly noticing after all these videos that my attacks are in a stupid order, but yeah. HP for day... That was a crit. Ah, okay, that's a little less cool. Mine was a crit, and it only got it to half, and I'm gonna die in another attack, so let's maybe not stick with that. If another Moonblast is coming in, then you are part dark, you're gonna die to that. Or it'll at least, you know, consume the bullshit. Are you... I honestly don't remember. Are you just pure ghost? Yeah. That'll be a neutral hit. I don't want to already sack something, so let's just hope that you can take a Moonblast. Lowering that attack stat that we care so much about. With a lucky damage roll, I could maybe survive one of those. I also don't... I'm assuming it's gonna outspeed me. No? Okay. Alrighty. One down. Contributed a lot. Superpower is interesting. It's physical. Now, the stats on this thing are actually balanced, but I happen to have a timid one, so over time, they'll get more split. I think when I looked at it before, they were actually the same total, which means that I guess mine has a shitty special attack IV, but whatever. I don't know if I want this. I think I'm fine with the current moves. Hours later. Is this pure ghost? Ghost dark? I don't remember. It's been a while. Either way, I just had my attack lowered. I probably don't want that. I am gonna just send you in for no particular reason. You're just kind of a neutral party. Well, great news for me as a physical attacker, but whatever. I want to see what type this thing is. If this is super effective, then it's pure ghost. Nah, it's ghost dark, probably. Well, that sucks a little bit. Do I have any fairy moves on my team? I don't think I do. That's Ghost Dark's only a weakness, so... I guess we're just hitting it with strong attacks, and, Wait, Petal Blizzard is... No, it is... With a name like Petal Blizzard, I would expect it to be special, but no, it's got the icon right there. Whatever, let's just see how much it does anyway. Or, you know, spend a turn paralyzed. Eesh. I don't know why I made that noise. That wasn't that much damage. I was honestly expecting a lot more. How many turns is Reflect? 5? Should probably use a healing item here. There goes the Reflect. So I'll outspeed, and then with the reflect down, I don't know if a Petal Blizzard will kill. Actually, why am I outspeeding? I'm fucking paralyzed. Whatever, let's just heal it off anyway. Do I have a full restore? I don't know what it would be called. I don't feel like looking for it, so... Let's just use this, it's fine. Tiny Tim. I feel like I looked up what that move did, like, in the last video and already don't remember. Okay, so either way, that was not a Psychic type. Unless it was Psychic Dark, and that's why it was neutral to Crunch. Maybe that... I don't know. Okay, well... We saw the pre-evolution, so sure, why not? Is this thing pure Psychic? This is Psychic Fairy, right? The hell is Psychic Fairy weak to? Steel... Poison... Ghost... Bug. No, not Bug. I think Steel, Poison, and Ghost. Well, I used to have Poison Fang on this moveset, I don't anymore. So... Strong neutral hit, let's go. Keep spamming Petal Blizzard. Now, with, you know, crazy high HP and shitty defense... Was not expecting the one-hit KO, but sure, I'll take it. This thing, I'm pretty sure, is pure Psychic. I don't want Fishface to just sweep the whole gym. That's what happened last time. Let me try to get somebody else in and do something for a bit. Don't know what you're doing with that, but alright. This is why we have the Focus Sash. Fuck you. Except, never mind, Frostbite is not freeze. I still never... Okay, it's just burn, so I'm gonna die anyway. Well... Them's the breaks. We haven't done anything in this battle yet, so... I'll do that, and then I'll try to bring in Dingo for the last one. Just for variety's sake, I guess. I probably don't want to take the turn to set up this, because it's not going to benefit whatever I'm using for the next fight, most likely, so... Let's just hope Blizzard connects. This should not matter. Okay, that did a startlingly low amount of damage. Let's just go for accuracy here. So what spacey things that have we not seen yet? Also, I don't know what she was doing with an eyeball, but whatever. And for the ace, we have... Okay, sure, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know if a mirror match here is actually going to be the right call, but I said I'd try it. The problem, of course, is now I have to switch in and take a hit, but... If it's going to use a Psychic move and I transform into a Psychic type, it will at least be resisted. Hopefully this thing has some coverage moves that you can take advantage of. Yeah, I'd say so. So, it's now gonna just turn into, kicking each other in the dick with Shadow Ball. And it will probably just be a game of who goes first, and it's a speed tie, so... Hello, RNG. I feel like I haven't seen that Gen 3 Shadow Ball animation in ages. Something about it just is very nostalgic to me. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's very iconic. Alright, we have to hope for a high damage roll or a crit, and to go first, so, you know, chances of winning from this attack is pretty frickin' slim, but we got the Click-Clop rock, and leave it with 5 HP, and then it kills me. No? Okay, high damage roll. Alright. Interesting way to end that battle. Incredible, incredible. A stellar person. How are we only 46 minutes into the video? Does anybody on my team want that? Alright, yep, we've got the usual between chapter shit to check. I know Toadsworth has a battle. I think the level cap for the Toadette fight was 50, which I still haven't hit. So that's interesting. What is the new level cap? I'm curious. Fif 56? 56? Man, that's all I can think about now. Alright, I suppose let us be off then. Can at least do the Toadsworth fight after I do my usual run around the town for 5 hours, not remembering where to go. Yep, there it is. That wasn't it. Okay, here we go. And, I could probably stand to switch up the team. You've not been able to do anything successful in a while, so I'd like to keep you on. I don't want to fucking spend 5 hours switching around the team, though. That's the problem. Anybody who's 47 has seen too much action lately, and therefore gets the boot. That was not what I tried to do, game. You already 47? Yeah, okay. You're the newcomer, but you've already apparently done a lot. You are not 47, but you know, soloed half her team, so put you on, and then you just pick a couple. You. And... you, I guess. I don't know. I should check if things learn Psycho Cut. I could have checked prior to switching the team out, but where the hell is it? I love when I am looking for a move and can't see it. Okay. Yeah, 70 physical, psychic, high crit. Does anybody in the PC want that? If you can learn it, that might be cool. If you can learn it, that might be cool. Yeah, it's too tedious to check. Whatever. How high of a level are we talking? Are you going to be harder than Rosalina? I'm expecting, like, 52. No? Okay. Okay. What moves will this thing have to screw me over? I'm currently not thinking of any. It might have, like, fucking Petal Blizzard or something, because it's a tornado. But let's, you know, give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Called that shit. Not the correct grass move, but it was a grass move. Now, I do have a guaranteed hit against it here because, you know, it's going to use the move again, and even if it connects, I'll still block it with the Focus Sash, but... we can use the knowledge to switch something else in. You resist grass, you resist grass, you resist grass. I'm gonna bring you in. Accuracy, okay. Whatever. I didn't actually see how many mons he has. Is it 6? I mean, Psychic is a good move. What is Expanding Force again? 80 power. It does a link with that, and this is just 90. I mean, I'm not going to use fucking Psychic Terrain, so... You know, Expanding Force has a cooler name, but... Sure, I'll replace it. I find that, overly specific, like, high-power moves are a bit of a mixed bag, because it's like, on one hand, I don't want to always just use Psychic and Surf and Ice Beam and Thunderbolt and just, you know, the standard shit that everything uses. I like things that are a little more off the wall, but a lot of times they're just not as good. Anyway. Is this ground steel? Or is it just ground? I think it's ground steel, because it's got like a helmet. So you would not care for a water move, but I don't think I have any of those at the moment. You've got like a fire move, and you're immune to ground moves at least, and you resist steel moves, so maybe you'll work out well? Let's see. That's never a good sign. What weird coverage move is this thing gonna have that I'm gonna fucking hate? There isn't like a Fire Claw. You know, there's Fire Punch, there's Fire Fang. I guess I could have Fire Punch. It's probably not gonna have that, right? I guess just any fighting move would also be potentially a problem. But, let's see what happens. It's gonna do, like, fucking 4 damage, because I think this thing is fairly beefy. Jesus Christ. I don't like this. Between Bulldoze and Flame Charge, which is actually stronger? I don't remember. No, not the button I meant to press. Bulldoze is faster, or is a little stronger, okay. For a 50 power non-stab move, honestly, I guess I shouldn't have expected more damage than that, but ugh. Alright, more Hone Claws, or... Okay, that's normal, right? Yeah. I can take a few of those. It just occurred to me, I never complained about the beanie stuff that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. It honestly deserves its own video anyway, but the short version is that my subreddit has just been overrun with douchebags for quite a while. It's just a bunch of people who think that they're, you know, super cool and funny because they're like, look at all these morons who think that beanies are worth something. We know better, and that they're all worthless. And it's the exact opposite end of the spectrum to the dumbasses who, you know, believe in the error crap and think that, you know, everything is worth $1 million. These are the ones who are just like, you know, no matter what it is, it's not worth anything. Because, you know, how could it be? It doesn't matter how rare it is. It's a worthless little toy. Like, nobody's going to spend money on that. And it's like, okay, but, you know, there are some collectors. Maybe it's not a ton, but there's people who care about this stuff. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, nobody... You can't even... You can't give these away for free anymore. It's like... There's no arguing with them. So I've had to ban several, because they've just been a massive pain in the ass, and they go into every thread just demeaning people for no fucking reason. There's just been a couple cases of especially bad, like, threads of this, and in the other Beanie subreddit that I am a mod on, but I never, like, interact with. Hold on. Do I want Zen Headbutt? I think we kind of went over this before with... There was somebody else who was trying to learn this. Psychic is, like, I like the type, but it isn't that great for coverage. I want to keep my 2 stab moves, even though their power isn't amazingly great. Razor Shell is just probably the better option. I don't know how often I'm ever going to use Shell Smash, but it's whatever. But yeah, in the other group, somebody posted a Brownie, which is a, like, Gen 1 Original 9, like, super rare thing, with a UK sticker on the tag, which makes it even rarer than a normal one. And so I'm just like, this was a really cool find. And I'm like, okay, here's something neat. I'm gonna cross-post this into my group and be like, hey, so, you know, here's something actually worth something, since people don't ever believe that, you know, that's a thing that can happen. And basically it was just immediately met with, a bunch of, you know, laughing, joking numbnuts that are basically just denying anything I said about it. And they're like, oh, you say it's worth that much? Oh yeah, well, where's the proof? Like, you know, maybe in theory, but nobody's gonna buy it. It's like, why are you here? Why are you in this fucking group? Yoshi. So... what was this guy's... okay, hold on. So he has this, which is a ground type. He has the Histocrat. He had Major Burrow. I already don't remember what the first one was. For some reason, he just seems to be using all ground types. He switched this in for one of 2 reasons. Either the Histocrat has no moves that can hit Ness, and, you know, he's switching to the thing that can. Or the AI is just programmed to switch if it doesn't see a path to victory, even though the thing that it's switching in also doesn't have a path to victory. So, I'm curious. Let's, you know, burn the turn of the Focus Sash. I'm thinking this thing doesn't have a path to victory. Yeah, no, it can't do shit. That's always cool when that happens. My, you know, Wonder Guard broken as hell strat hasn't, completely destroyed this game, because there's a lot of fights where it just doesn't come up. But when it does come up, it's freaking satisfying. Alright, where's my bullshit? What is Mushroom Hill? What, like the Sonic and Knuckles level? Okay. The fuck is Mushroom Hill? Has this been mentioned before? Is this like a battle tower thing? Anyways, I could throw some candies at everybody and do the Toadette fight. I could also just do the Toadette fight without throwing some candies at everybody. But either way, the video is basically just over now, because I'm at an hour anyway, but I suppose before I forget, let me check the things on the team that would appreciate Psycho Cut, and see if they can actually learn it. I guess I don't know you know, for sure which things can learn it and which can't. I would say these two are the most likely. Nope. I don't fucking want to go through the whole team and check them all, like, there's no reason this thing should be able to learn it, but I guess you never know. You might cut it with your teeth. Yeah, I don't think anything's learning Psycho Cut. That's fine. It's same boat as Zen Headbutt. Not a bad move, but not one that I need to throw on everything. Alright, I guess next time then we will maybe try the Toadette fight and then head on to World 8. I'm surprised at how quickly Chapter 7 went. Taco.